Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. And welcome to today's track review. So we're going to be talking about the new of Mice and Men song. This is entitled Unbreakable, which was just released today. Came home and was rather surprised to see this. If you recall, they just released their new album Cold World back in September, and that album was absolutely atrocious. There's only maybe one or two songs on that album that are anywhere near remotely good. The rest of the album was absolutely atrocious. I hated every second of it, and at the end of last year, Austin Carlisle left the band for a second time, citing health reasons. And of course, Austin has Marfan syndrome. He wakes up every morning in excruciating pain, and you just got to ache for Austin, man. My heart goes out to him every day. He had some run-ins with the law, and he's made some poor choices, but he's reformed himself, and he's turned himself into a model individual now, and he'll never get better. And I just cannot feel any more empathy for him than I do. So he ended up leaving the band, and that further questioned what direction the band would go in with Aaron Pauley as the sole lead vocalist, and especially when you consider how terrible the album Cold World was, and how it did a stylistic 180 compared to previous Mice and Men releases. It really, again, it further questioned what direction they'd go in. So with this track, we get a bit of a metalcore and new metal hybrid that's much heavier than anything on Cold World, and heavier than almost anything on Restoring Force, which was their first album with Aaron that was released back in 2014. And I am really loving this track. I do have to say, Aaron's doing a great job mixing in the cleans and the screams, carrying both roles now. He's doing a really good job. All the guys in the back, the heavier instrumentals are back, and they're doing a much better job keeping the pace moving along in a much more heavy sensibility. And of course, the highlight of the track is Aaron, because he's now doing both clean and unclean vocals. So as the sole vocalist of this band, he has a lot more burden and responsibility because he's not with Austin anymore. And it's hard to compare Austin to Shaylee, the former clean vocalist for Mice and Men, but this is Jesus Christ. It's such a good song that I can't really find the words. What I want to say is it's the best thing a Mice and Men has done since the Flood and the Self-Title days, which was back in 2010, 2011, around that time, when Shaylee was in the band. So, like I said, you can't really compare Shaylee with Aaron, but this is definitely an approach and a new era of a Mice and Men that I can get behind, with Aaron doing both cleans and uncleans. Of course, he was the former lead vocalist of Jamie's Elsewhere. He did a great job with that band, and he's a very, very great vocalist. The problem with Aaron with this band is that his vocal performance on Cold World was terrible. It was the worst performance of his career. So it's this track is heightened to see him really bounce back and back to form, and really see him do well. So props to Aaron for rebounding the way he did. So this track is awesome. I have nothing but good words for it. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Love the instrumentals. Love the improved lyrics, even though it can be a bit cliched in some of the verses. But the execution is impossible to argue with. I love this track. It's awesome. Welcome back, Mice and Men. We missed you. And you're doing Austin proud, I promise. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Smash the like button if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe. We'll see you next time.